Hello and welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Sicario 2, the sequel to the 2015 movie starring Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro, and Josh Brolin. Sicario was a surprising hit to a lot of people. It was one of my favorite movies that year. In this movie, Emily Blunt's character is not in it. She's not mentioned. Her story arc is done. It follows Brolin's character, Matt Graver, and Del Toro's character, Alejandro. It still has everything to do with the, U.S.-Mexico border and the cartels in Mexico. They are trafficking terrorists now, and the government is putting the cartels on like the terrorist list. So they hire Matt, and they want him to make it real ugly and basically start a war between the cartels. So Matt is like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get my team together. He goes and gets Del Toro's character, Alejandro. And in the first movie, spoilers for the first movie, if you haven't seen it, you should. But Del Toro's character in the first movie wants to get revenge on the person who killed his family. So he was brought in to help Emily Blunt in a way, but he really had his own agenda. And this movie, they are going after the boss who hired the killer. So Del Toro's more than willing to join, and they end up going to Mexico, killing some people, and they kidnap a little girl. And the little girl is the daughter of the big cartel boss. But the movie changes after that happens, and it doesn't really have the same driving force as the first movie. With the first movie, you had Blunt's character, and she seemed to be the main focus, while it was a whole bunch of shadowy things going on in the background with Del Toro's character and even Brolin's character. In this one, they try to split it between Brolin and Del Toro, but you don't really learn much about either character. I really thought this time around we will get, I guess, more background with Alejandro, but we really didn't. He had his moments. Because he's like a hitman, but he didn't do anything spectacular this time in this movie. He had more screen time, I would say, but the first movie, he showed off more of what he could do. The trailers made it seem like it was going to be this big battle, but there was no big battle that happened. So for a sequel, it was weaker in that aspect. The music and the tension, being in Mexico and dealing with some bad people was still there. I would say Josh Brolin's character, he was more forefront this time around. He wasn't as shady as in the first movie, and he gets things done with his team. They are ruthless and they kill a lot of people. There's nothing as cool as the first movie in the at the border when they start shooting. But, they had a few shootout scenes in this movie. It was okay. It's a decent sequel. It doesn't come really close to the first movie. But if you enjoyed Sicario, you may enjoy this one because it has two characters from that movie, but it's not as impactful as the first movie. But that's my review for Sicario 2. Let me know what you think if you watched it. Thank you for listening. Deuces.